Soulja Boy, I should buy that Soulja Boy, you, that Soulja Boy, you, that Soulja Boy, and something like that. This is lyrics and lives. Shayz on the mic, money, green, super swag, day. Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy. Big, big topic. He's locked the internet down for about a week. Soulja Boy came in the Breakfast Club and shut things down, sort of like, but not as badly as Trump shut things down. So let's talk about Soulja Boy, and then we get to Trump's punk ass. Mr. Orange face with the white eyes.
I know. I noticed that. How you do that? How you get the white eyes with the orange face? Wouldn't that supposed to, do all that? Shouldn't your whole face be the same?
He's on the beach with cucumbers over his eyes.
Maybe that's what it is.
Or sunglasses.
That could be it.
But so what's up with Soulja Boy and hip hop? Let's talk about him because
he made everybody. Okay. Well, everybody who's new and hot, he is the one who put them on.
Okay,
that is what he claims.
He has a high level of entertainment in his interviews, and he says a great deal of stuff, and he throws a lot of information and statements and claims to the wall. Some stick, some may not stick.
Follow.
So let's talk about a couple of them because you said that he started this and that. So explain.
Yeah, he claims that all the people who are out now, he got them on. He put them on in some kind of way.
Not all, but a lot of
most of them he put on.
A lot of the younger
ones. That's what I'm talking about.
He's not talking about the Kendrick Lamars and
no,
the J.
he's
Cole's.
talking about the younger ones, the ones that are not out. That's not on mainstream like Kendrick and J. Cole. They're on mainstream, but they're just getting.
They're younger mainstream.
Mainstream. So
Shay's talking about a little flip, little flip flop, Uzi with a boogie, a hoodie with a burner, ASAP Fergie Wurgie. But some of those people on that level.
Yeah, that's what he put on. He said, now he didn't put them on his label at the time because he said he didn't want to have that pressure. But he put them on, like, he let them come up and stay in his place. He had them on some videos that he had. Just certain things he put them on. He said he had the Migos. The Migos came out,
right,
stayed at his place for a week. But something that was said on the Breakfast Club by Angela Yee, she was like, well, how come you ain't signed none of these people that you said that you put on?
Right.
He said at the time he was young, he didn't think about that, but then he said that would have been a big responsibility if he wasn't able to meet the needs of what they needed as a record company. Like if they flopped or something went wrong, then he would be responsible for that. So he put them on in a way that, hey, they're here. Who wants them?
Well spoken.
Almost like slavery. It's like, let me stop.
No, that's not like slavery.
Almost like putting them on the,
It's a very interesting
slavery
point.
Was a joke, y'all. Slavery was a joke.
Very, we ain't going with that anyway. We all right. But that's a very interesting point because he's a helper, or he was a helper, and being a helper, I have a doctorate degree in helping others. We put ourselves out there a lot and look out for people in ways that we would have liked people to look out for us. So a prime example of Soulja Boy would be me as a writer and author. When my first book came out, which is Making Love in the Rain, I'm about to put a new version of it out in a couple of months. So don't sweat anything old. Anybody listening to this want to pick it up? It's coming out in a few months. Don't look at one of the old ones or whatever. Look at the new version with the beautiful abstract art by Nikki Lava.
And we're going to have that on our link too, so you can check it out.
Yeah, yes. But when I would go on tour, a lot of people would allow me to stay with them free of charge. Because if you're going to 4 different cities or 10 different cities, that's 10 different hotels you need to stay in. And if it's only one night per city, and that's at a minimum, then we're talking about, let's say on average, $75 to $100 per night. So if it's 10, you're talking about $1,000, and you don't necessarily have that because you're trying to spread the word and make money, and so you got marketing things you're putting out there, so you're spending more money, then you still have to eat, then you have transportation. So a lot of authors are strapped for money when they're out here going on tours. That's why you don't see a lot of authors on tour. So anybody who ever put me up at their house, I don't think I was cooked for a lot, but I was allowed to stay in a lot of people's homes. Anyone who ever extended that to me, I can owe, or I do owe. It depends on how a person looks at it. But they can easily say, Money Green stayed here and he stayed with me, so I looked out for him. You know, he didn't have a place to stay, or he, you know, the hotels that weekend was $200. He went spend. I let him stay with me for 3 days. They can say that, and they will be right to say it. And the same goes for people that I helped out. So when Soulja Boy says he allowed people to stay with him, that means that if he's in LA, which he was, and someone from St. Louis said, I'm trying to do this, I need a break, but you know, if I come out to LA, I ain't got no money. He said, well, look here, you come here and you can stay with me. I got a couch for you, I got a guest room for you. You can stay here and until you get on your feet and learn the game or whatever. And then he took it a step further by letting people come in the video shoot. So now he's not only giving you a room, but he's teaching you the game. So now you're getting knowledge on top of it. So he's 100% right when he says that he let someone stay with him, or he took him on video on his video shoot. Even if he took him in the studio and showed him how to do music from different angles and meet and introduce them to different people in the industry, he's putting people on. So whether he gave them a contract or not, he's doing a major service to those people that they wouldn't have been able to do on their own. They wouldn't be able to do it from the cities and states they were in, and they wouldn't be able to do without his insight and his expertise. Period. And they wouldn't be able to do it in a timely fashion that he allowed them to do it in. So they owe him for that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
They can say you did it out of the kindness of your heart. I don't owe you a damn thing. Yeah, some people can say that. I've heard that before too. But they do owe him for that. So what else is on that he threw against the wall?
Now, this is something I didn't know about.
What else did he throw against the wall?
He also said he gave Drake, I think, a verse in one of his songs.
Drake jacked his
verse.
Right.
Jacked his way of how he would.
But he used the same words too.
Yeah.
Some of them were the same words.
Some of it was the same words. Right. But everybody kind of does that.
Nah.
So in some respect, I see.
No, not to that extent.
Maybe not to that extent. But if you listen to some of these songs that have been redone, or a lot of people use a line in a verse of a rapper back in the day, they do use the verse verbatim to a snippet of it. I've heard that.
You have two different ways you do it. One way is to pay homage, and you throw a little bit in there.
I've heard a whole line.
I'm saying that's one way. Well, one bar or half a bar.
It was a bar and a half.
Okay, so if you pay homage to someone, and I know, for example, people would do that with NWA. People would do it with Biggie. I know Jay-Z would do it with Biggie. And
yeah, because Biggie has a verse that, you know, it's kind of, you got to say the whole thing. You can't just say half of it because of how it's, you know, it goes into the next verse.
And
you got to do that.
When Biggie first passed, like a month or so after he passed or something, Jay-Z said, talking about Biggie, he said, I'm going to make sure a world with amnesia don't forget your name.
Right.
And his way of doing that was throwing Biggie lines out there
lines
to keep letting people know B.I.G. is the man. You know, he was killed. Don't forget about B.I.G. So that's paying homage. I think the way Drake did it was he just took the flow.
He took the style.
And took the words. But I don't know if he paid homage because I didn't hear him saying shout out to Soulja Boy.
A lot of them don't do that now.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, a lot of them don't do that now. And I'm hearing songs now because I heard something. I mean, I heard I don't know if it's her or LMA. LMA did a song, but she actually using a part of Drake's song in her song.
Okay, but now he's getting credit on that.
Right.
That's different.
But did she say something about it on it?
No, but that's different because if you call the company or call
Right.
those people, hold on, you call their people and you say, do I have permission to do this? And they say yeah, and they say how much are you going to charge me? And they tell you the charge or the percentage, and you say cool. You don't have to put anybody in any shout outs or anything.
Okay.
They're being
so
paid.
so let's say that everybody is doing it because Chris Brown got a song out right now that's Shanice's song. Do 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 do.
Is it the music?
It's the
or the words
music.
too?
It's the music, and it's that part that she sings.
When I love you.
He changed that part to another word, but he does do 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 do.
All right,
do,
so
do,
he
do.
flipped.
He flipped it, but he used the whole song. I mean, he used the music.
All right, and the music is something different because she didn't make that music.
Right. So he used the music, but he uses that line that do do do.
So
do.
whoever that music, whoever produced that music or made that track, that's who's being paid.
That's right. So this means that you don't always know if that's done or not, because the person doesn't have to shout out and say, "Oh, I shout out to so and so for giving me this melody," because that's something that's done in the negotiations.
Not that melody. You can jack that melody and sneak a couple of words in, like Dre did.
Oh, it's a lot of people who do that.
But he probably didn't think anybody would catch on.
Oh yes, you know me. I be in the car listening to everything.
You ain't know that because you listen to Soulja Boy.
But I listen to Soulja Boy, but it sounded familiar. But I think because I like Drake, I probably didn't think of it. But I'm sure he did. I'm not going to say he didn't. But I sit in the car. I sit in the car and listen to a whole lot of songs because a lot of people have been taking. Now the new artists have been using older music. Ozzy's Brothers is still being used. What's his name? I can't even think his name right now.
Keep it on lyrics, not the music, because the music people are getting paid.
Right, but it's
they
use some of the lyrics
and try to hide it in samples. But
they've used. I can't even think of the little boy's name, but they'll use snippets of the lyrics of somebody's songs. They'll use a snippet because you be like, oh, that verse right there is from so and so song.
In their verse or the sample in the verse.
They'll use
it.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so.
Okay,
if it's somebody old, hopefully they give them a shout out, or they know them, or they're in the credits or something. But that's jacking. And Drake, your boyfriend Drake jacked Soulja Boy for that. It's like two bars, wasn't it?
Nah, it was a bar.
Yeah, that's about almost two. Yeah, that's two bars.
Okay, yeah,
that's more than two bars, but he did it, and Drake admitted it. It's no big deal, but Soulja Boy wasn't saying it's a big deal. He was just saying recognize that.
That's all he was saying. He wasn't making a big deal of it either. He was
Which
just
is cool.
Yeah, he was recognizing that was me.
No, he was saying y'all recognize.
Yeah, y'all recognize.
Most people didn't know, like the Breakfast
Y'all
Club,
recognize that was me.
Y'all need to,
yeah.
Give me my props.
And he gave props on other stuff too. So I get it. You know, Soulja Boy wants to be out here, but what I didn't know is he was on Marriage Boot Camp.
Teddy Riley's daughter.
I didn't know he was that. Are they married?
No, but I didn't know they were on boot camp.
Yes, they are.
I didn't know that, but I know they were on Love and Hip Hop LA or something.
Now they're on Marriage Boot Camp because
so
they talked about it. That's what I was trying to find out, but he kept on saying, "Look at Marriage Boot Camp. Look at Marriage Boot Camp."
I don't think everybody on there.
He said he got to work it out because one of them asked, I don't know if it was Charlamagne the God or Envy, who asked who said something about how Teddy Riley feel about this.
Right.
He was like, I told him that I'll fix it. I'll work on it. Because there was a line on it that he had claimed that he said he was going to commit suicide.
Right.
So he did admit it on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
And he said he apologized to his fans because he said, sometimes when you're in love, you say and do stupid things.
Right.
And he said that was something that I went too far with because of my emotions. Stuff was going on.
Yeah, he did.
And I get that. I mean, we all get emotional and say stuff that we shouldn't say. But he said I couldn't take it back. It was already out there, but I apologized for it. So I don't know if he was married. And I threw it to you because I thought that you would know this. But when he said he was on Marriage Boot Camp, I was like, what?
No, he's not. Let's just Google it.
So I guess they're on there to see if they're compatible to get
Couple,
married.
yeah,
I
couple,
guess.
yeah.
So that's what marriage boot camp is. Because I thought marriage
For
boot
some
camp was
people,
from you
maybe
married
for
people.
some people, because Too Short was on one of them boot camp styles on VH1, but he wasn't married.
Okay, all right.
But they had a house of couples. I know DMX was on there one time.
Yeah, I remember DMX
I
was
think
on there.
Ghostface Killer was on there.
Wasn't our girl on there?
It doesn't matter because this is about Soulja Boy. That's what this is about. Soulja Boy.
We don't.
Now I'm trying to change the topic.
Else. So what do you
Drake.
I know.
Drake.
What did you think about him and making this video game?
I think it's a power move. I looked at some videos about the console, and the reviews were pretty good, except for the price point. So they were saying that it appears like, say for instance, this was this guy's opinion. For example, would be you have PlayStation out here and you have Xbox out here, and they're probably the two bigger games
Competitors.
right. Competitor A and competitor B, or competitor 1 and 2. And then think back to Dreamcast or Nintendo, which aren't as, well, I guess Nintendo does have a new game system. So think back to Atari. And say Atari is still there, they're just not anywhere in the stratosphere of PlayStation and Xbox. So Soulja Boy can link up with them and say, put my name on here, I'll invest some money, or I get paid a certain amount. Just let me attach my name to it, and we're gonna kick it like this and try to bring some notoriety or bring some attention to this game.
Yeah, because all his games are all old games.
Yes, but it's 800. I believe it's between 600 and 800 games
yeah.
for, I believe, $150. And when I heard that, I'm like, I'm getting that. Because I have an 8-year-old, and that's something that he and I can do. And plus, they're old games, so you can go down memory lane and go back and forth with him, and y'all can be competitive because we already battle Pokemon cards together. So it would be good to play some of them old games with him. And 800, you be playing new games forever because it's so much to learn. You can play a new game every day for 2 years and still have a few games left to play if there's really 800. And you're not going to play a new game every day. You're going to play the same game over and over again for weeks and weeks. So it's almost infinite. And then if they come out with a new model or an upgrade or something like that,
they're supposed to.
Right, then that's even more games added. So it sounds really good. I'm looking into getting one, but I think they were taken off of Amazon. So maybe they're going to put a new model out or something. But he brought them a lot of attention in that one interview. And damn it, I want one.
He said they sold out. And, Charlamagne the God said, well, why y'all just didn't say it's out? This is no more left, and y'all just took it off. He said because he's upgrading what he had. He didn't know they was going to go so fast. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have an upgraded model out. And he also is coming out with a movie in April.
They said it's already, well,
it'll be out.
Yeah.
It'll be coming out about his life, because he talked about the time when he was he almost got killed at his house.
Right.
When he was recording with some friends. Mm-hmm. So that's supposed to be coming out.
So we'll check that out.
Coming out.
So we'll check out the
documentary. We're going to bring that out in April, because I have to look at a movie, because Money Green going to get on me if I don't look at this movie and we don't talk about it.
And it's supposed to be a documentary, and we also have the Master P real movie coming out.
Yeah.
And Bohemian Rhapsody already came out. Yeah. I don't know if you caught that.
Okay, so you messing up again because we supposed to be on Soulja Boy.
Yeah, I know. You supposed to yell at me.
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
This ain't about that. This is about
Master P.
What are you doing?
But an interesting thing about
Soulja Boy, I put him on. It's like,
but a very interesting thing about him is how he was ahead of the curve. And this is one thing that is plain as day. He was ahead of Jay-Z. He was ahead of Dr. Dre, Snoop, Ice Cube, Lil Wayne. There's something he did, and that was he hit the digital music scene better than anybody. Before people really knew there was a music scene or digital music market, he hit it, and he probably made more than anybody to date from day one because he got 100% of the rights to his digital sales because record companies didn't know what digital sales were. They really didn't understand how it worked, so he did the ringtone thing.
Yeah, he did.
So he came out with that Soulja Boy hit song and had everybody's ringtone doing that at $1, $2 a pop, and he was pocketing 100% of that money. And the record labels were saying, yeah, we getting these sales from the CDs, we getting these sales from cassette tapes or whatever was out at the time, or movies and soundtracks, and he's getting all this ringtone money. And I think it was over $10 million, $16 million worth of ringtones went straight to his pocket. That was a major power move, and he's still living off of that. And he's pulling Teddy Riley's daughter. So that's a feat unto itself because that's a wise young lady, and her father is super knowledgeable.
Yes.
So if you have
he knows that too.
Yeah, if you have that blessing, then you're there. And
but he said he wouldn't work with him because he feels his music is too ratchet to work with Teddy Riley. But Envy's like, it might not be.
I don't think it's too ratchet.
He's like, he might not be. He might be on board with that.
No, I don't think it's too ratchet for Teddy Riley. Ted can do anything,
yeah.
But he's gonna want some type of artistic integrity on the song because Teddy Riley did Rump Shaker.
Yes.
And he also did Go See the Doctor and all that kind of stuff. And that was a nice story. It really wasn't ratchet, but the story itself was kind of wild. Out there. But Ted has done some things. So.
Yes, I don't think it'd be too far fetched.
No, let's get back on Soulja Boy. We don't want to hear it.
That was part of Soulja Boy because it's his girl's father.
We don't want to get hurt. Let's keep it on Soulja Boy. But the brother did a really good interview on the Breakfast Club. Brought a lot of attention to himself. Hopefully, people can differentiate what's 100% correct from what's 90% correct, which means he's still right either way. But if there are a couple of little things in that information, you say, I'm not too sure about that.
Google it.
I think pretty much he pretty much was on point about almost every single thing he said.
Yeah. And if you don't believe us, you can Google it because that's his favorite thing.
And you may not like his delivery, you may not like his music, and you may have never purchased anything nor listened to anything, but the brother is on point with everything.
He was the first person who did do a dance craze song because it had a dance thing to it. He
had the biggest one, but he was the first.
Yeah, I'm saying his was really big. And then it started a chain reaction after that.
Joski Love came out with the Pee-wee Herman.
Oh, yeah, he did with the Pee-wee Herman.
Biz Markie had the Bismarck dance.
True.
The Bismarck, go Bismarck.
That's true.
So he had a lot of dances.
I want to rephrase that like Jacquees said, this generation.
Well, he
that might be better.
Then you had the Teach Me How to Dougie that came after him, but Soulja Boy probably had the biggest one since in the 2000s, from the year 2000.
In the generation.
Yeah, this millennium. So he's done his thing, and he should get the respect that he's earned. And you may not like him nor his delivery, but facts are facts. So I give him props. I wish I had a ringtone that did half of what he did.
You still can.
And I take 50% instead of 100%.
You still can do your money green tones.
Because if he did 16 million and I say what I just said with 50% of half, then that's come down to 4,000. That's a fourth. I'd take 4 million.
Money green. So, we're going to get you some money green tones.
We working. I like that.
Money green tones.
I like the sound of that.
Hey.
But let's end this on Drake.